Hi guys, welcome to Marnie's TV Zealots. Tonight we're here to recap The Gifted, episode 3, Exodus. In this episode, Reed cuts a deal with the Sentinel Services so that he can try to get his family back. And Caitlin pretty much runs off with the kids to go to her brother's to kind of like strike a deal. And then Thunderbird begins to teach Blink, how to get her powers back. So My name is Denise and my partner in crime is Mary. Mary, say hi.
Hi. Give us a like on this video if you want us to keep doing The Gifted. Subscribe to us to keep up with all the shows that we're recapping this fall. And I really mean, let us know if you want us to keep recapping The Gifted, because I'm not feeling it. I was not feeling it this week. You guys let us know if you liked it, but I was underwhelmed. There were some microaggressions that have been going on this show. It is on Fox, so they already just don't care about Black people. Like, we already know that. And so there's just some weird stuff. Let us know if you noticed, but we'll go through that as we go through the episode. So opens up, and wait, what was the name? Blink and
Thunderbird.
They were kind of practicing getting her powers back, and it was kind of hard for her. And the redhead girl was like, "Look, I could just throw some memories in there, get her heart manipulated, her powers can come back because it's an emotional thing." And he's like, "No, she can do it on her own." And then the main characters, the mom, she's like, "We're gonna go find my brother and he's gonna sort this out. Like, we're American citizens." She still thinks that they're gonna get help when they just need to stay in hiding. So she makes the worst move ever and sneaks the kids out to Buckhead. I'm like, really? Buckhead? They live in Buckhead. And so, and here is microaggression number 1. This is set in Atlanta, which is like 65% Black, maybe. They can't cast 80 Black people, just even be like an extra. They can sure cast them in the prison, but not like just in the city being regular people. I noticed that a lot of people won't care, but I noticed that and I thought it was really weird. So anyway, you want to take over? What's the next part, Denise?
Well, first of all, I was upset because y'all walking out in broad daylight.
Right.
Like, people can't see you. Like, I mean, they have eyes.
Knocking over parking meters.
Then he knocks over the parking meter. Like, okay, we know a mutant did this. Like, who else has the capability to just bust up all the parking meters at once without being seen? Like, we know. So anyway, they get the money for cab fare to get over to the uncle's house. And so they're there, and he's like, "No, I really can't help you. You're harboring mutants." And she's like, "We're your family." And he's like, "I don't care if you was my wife. Like, I don't care." Anyway, so she's there trying to convince him, and the kids are upstairs with the son. And so the son is kind of experiencing this emotional battle where he's like, "Look, yeah, we're mutants, but they treat us horribly. So I don't want to have to, cater to that or pander to them. I feel like I should be able to do, be mean towards them as well, like push back basically." And so he's kind of like having a moment, and he just snaps out and like knocks some stuff over, and he splits this statue. And so the cousin is like, "Oh my God, that's cool."
Right, of course.
And he, he posts this picture online, which leads to a whole gang of, neighbors ready to come and kill the mutants or capture them for the reward or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So meanwhile, Thunderbird is trying to help Blink get her powers back, and they're working outside. And then so he just happens to notice these footsteps, and then he's a tracker, of course. So he's tracking, and he's like, oh, he realizes that Caitlin and the children are gone, and he's like, oh man, we have a problem, we gotta go find them. So he tracks them down at the brother's house just before the mob shows up. He's like, we gotta get out of here. And you know, basically the mob shows up, intervenes, and they have to run out. And so they're on the run trying to get away. And the redhead chick, he calls into her, it's like, look, we got a mob coming after us. We have to get off this road. They're like, we can't kill them because then the sentinels will be on our tail, you know. And so this chick puts memories in Blink's mind of her and Thunderbird in a relationship, kissing, and makes her think that she's in love with him. And it does spark her powers, and like she does open up a portal and get them off the road to safety. But it's like, at the end of the day, what are the ramifications of putting these memories in her head? What if she like goes crazy when he tells her, no, I don't really feel this way about you. Actually, she put these memories in your head of us, and we're a couple. Like, I can't.
Yeah, it's a whole mess. This is a mess. And that brings us to the weird race-ish moment where they're like, yeah, we're being hidden by different groups of mutants, you know, we're trying to get to Mexico, or, you know, trying to leave the country in a network of different kind of hiding places. And they're like, oh yeah, that's just like the Underground Railroad. And I'm like, white folks want to be oppressed so bad. It's not like the Underground Railroad. Y'all can walk out in broad daylight. This is not like the Underground Railroad. Y'all need to calm down. Fox, messing up. Anyway,
okay, now I will say this: the father. Well, we already know he has a sort of a soft spot for mutants, and he starts off with trying to make a deal with the Sentinel because he's like, I just want to get my family back. But then he once they're in the car, and he sees that the mom and the child, and he kind of starts feeling bad, and he's like, you know what, forget it, stop the car, let me out, there's a tracker on me. And so he does end up after he sold them out, he does end up coming back, but you know, coming to his senses and, you know, helping them in the end. But now that bartender can't be a bartender at that bar anymore. Like, they know he's a mutant. So it kind of still has, you know, disrupted their Underground Railroad.
I was so offended. I was sitting here and I'm like, Fox, like, can they just hire one black person just to be like, stop, that's racist, go back. Like, just to say that's
you know
racist.
What, they probably do have a black person, but they didn't listen to that part. They probably don't listen to him. Like, I can see it now. They're like, no, this is just going to be funny, you know?
It's not funny. God help. Anyway, yeah. So at the end of the episode, which I thought was actually interesting, a doctor called the officer who worked for Sentinel Services, and he was like, I am highly interested in the Strucker children. And, you know, I'm willing, like, once you get them in custody, like, to do some kind of a trade-off. Since they'll be in custody, they could just, you know, be lab rats, basically. And all of a sudden, this guy grows kind of a heart, and it's like, no, we're, you know, they're not animals. We're not interested in that. And the guy's kind of like, we'll see. So that's interesting. I want to know who that doctor is, if I can stand the ignorance for another episode. But I would like to figure out who that guy is. So that was interesting.
I mean, that guy was interesting, but I don't know if it's enough to make me watch. See, I wasn't even as mad about the Underground Railroad comment. Like, I mean, I was like, they didn't say. Actually, I was like, no, they didn't say that. They said something else, but
and they said it.
I was too upset by the plot. Like, I just thought it was stupid. Like, you just making dumb decision after dumb decision, and it fell flat for me. Yeah. So I don't know if I want to watch again. So
yeah, it was a lot. It's going to take a lot to get us to go back, but you guys let us know if you want us to keep hate watching. Hate watching, if that's what you guys want.
Okay, guys. Well, that's it for the recap. Thanks for watching and have a great night.